Okay, so it's that time of the year again where I need to get my passport. Let me show you this one. You gotta not pick up the wrong passport, because when you pick up the wrong passport, can I show them this? Get away with it. So, passport, yellow fever certificate, and Swahili book, obviously. I want to show you guys, OMG. This is where the story started, by the way. Personal alcohol license. By the way, it's not what it looks like. Because it doesn't mean that I drink a lot of alcohol. It's because I used to own restaurants and we needed this license. However, have you seen this face here? This was just before my first trip to Kenya. At this time, you can see the face was like this. I was like 14 stone. I don't know how you translate that in kilograms, but it was big. And that was my most depressing time. I was going through depression at the time. And Kenya changed my whole life. Got my first awakening moment, and I want to tell you why. It's very interesting when a lot of people today, they ask me, they say, how did you find your purpose, in life? And it seems like you traveling the world, inspiring other people, and you got this message all clued up. Where did it all come from? Actually, when I was 24, 25, as you could see from the photo, I wasn't really looking after my health. I was also going out there, partying a lot, drinking a lot, because I was making good money. And that's why when some people, they say today, they say that, oh, why do you talk about making money and that type of thing. I'm like, well, actually, you need to know the journey. There was a whole journey between, first of all, not thinking that money wasn't important, then realizing money is important, then making so much money that I couldn't find the purpose of why I needed to make so much money. And to a point where I was 25, I was depressed, going through depression, and I literally didn't want to live anymore. And some of you who have heard my story before know at that time, I was driving an Aston Martin, and I hated life. Every day I was like, please take me away, whatever it is, And I'm glad that I wasn't so good at the law of attraction back then, meaning I wasn't so aligned with it, because otherwise I probably wouldn't be here today. But actually, what actually happened through all of that was I was asked to go on a trip to Kenya. And it was an interesting story because, you can see from the footage behind me, for the past 8 years now, the foundation that I built has been there. It's called H Giving. Some of you can check it out on the website. And that's why also today I'm actually flying out to Kenya. So all of my friends in Kenya, I will see you very soon, maybe in Nairobi. And I'll be traveling off to Kakamega. Now, for everybody who's like searching for a purpose in life or trying to figure out what your purpose is, a big awakening happened to me on my first trip out to Kenya. And ever since, I've never procrastinated again. I've never been like, what is my purpose in life? Because I started to understand how powerful it is understanding purpose itself. If you think about it, how do we find our purpose? We only feel purposeful when we are serving some purpose. And a lot of the time, if you think about serving some purpose, is all about doing something that has a result, right? There's no such thing as an action without a reaction. So when we are doing something with a result, meaning there will be a positive outcome for all the positive beings out there, of course. When we get a positive outcome, whether somebody says thank you, or whether somebody says or smiles at you, or says thank you for changing my life, or thank you for helping me, that's when we know we've done something of purpose. So if we go back to the original thought about it, was all about this quote which I seen, which said giving is living. And it was interesting because my first trip out to Kenya, it wasn't actually because I wanted to start a charity, it wasn't because I wanted to volunteer, it was actually because I was so depressed in life. Somebody told me that actually in Africa it's really dangerous. They sum up the whole continent like that, you know how it is, right? And they said it's very dangerous. When I heard dangerous, I was like, OMG, that's where I need to go, that somebody might kill me or something, And it was a very interesting thought I had back then. But when I went there the first time, right? And you guys can see I look a lot younger back then, right? And I remember going on that piece of land and just watching the kids play, and I just burst into tears because I was looking at them, I was thinking, why are they so happy? It looks like they found their purpose in life, but yet at the same time, a lot of people looking at me making a lot of money, I haven't found my purpose. And that's when actually I realized that the power of giving is when I went out there, first trip, I already bought a piece of land, I set up the orphanage, brought 63 kids in at the beginning, right? Now we've reached out to hundreds of kids over the years, but brought 63 kids in at the beginning and then gave them a home. And the only reason I wanted to do that was just normal humanity. I mean, if you look at another kid, like no food, no education, no clothes, no nothing, you want to help, you know, it's just any positive, normal being would want to make a difference there, you know. But I didn't know that 8 years later, it would be the foundation that it is today. I didn't know that every single year I would feel this responsibility also for serving. And I didn't also know that I would find my passion, find my purpose, and my big first awakening came there. Because if I had not gone there, and I didn't realize that actually helping people, it makes us smile. It's an action, right? It makes us smile. Then we start finding things that is purposeful. Then we start realizing how this concept in itself of serving people can be brought to things like work, entrepreneurship, within our family life. Everything that we do, if you want to know what your purpose is, or if you want to live with purpose, find somebody to serve. And the interesting thing with this game of serving is, once you start on this journey of serving, it doesn't stop. Because you will help one, you will want to help two. You'll help mom, you want to help dad. You want to help one kid, you help the second kid. And it keeps going. And that's what fuels me today. It gives me that drive to wake up every morning. I know when I wake up early in the morning, I know when I deliver my tasks and deal with my tasks, I get to help more lives. I get to save lives. And including a lot of you out there, you know, actually every single day, I know we receive a lot of emails from some of you even feeling suicidal, depressed, stressed, all these types of things. But let me tell you something. Find a way to serve other people. Find a way to practice kindness. Find a way today. Do it now. Think, how can I go out there, spread love, spread joy, spread positivity? Because when you start doing that, putting that out, you start reaping the rewards as well, and you start seeing the reactions of the universe, the response of the universe to your actions. Guys, if this video has been of any inspiration to you whatsoever, please do hit the thumbs up. Also, another thing as well, anybody who is tuned in from Kenya, then let me know in the comments below. And finally, if you're new to this channel and you haven't already, remember to hit that subscribe button and the notifications button next to it. That's that little bell sign, by the way, because this year I'm dedicated to making daily videos, even when I'm out in Kenya, to hold you accountable to make it your best year yet. But for now, guys, namaste.